You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All
If
right.
that's all you want
Go ahead
to
and
do.
step out of the car.
Why?
Because you're under arrest. Step out. Step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not.
But I ain't beat that case. I did the race.
305 dispatch. Go.
What's going on, y'all? This is Brandon, aka the Port City Attorney. Today, we're gonna be reacting to a video titled 65-year-old woman gets tased after resisting arrest and refusing to sign an $80 ticket. Let's see Grandma get introduced to Dr. Watts. Let's see what happens.
Hello.
Hi.
So what's going on with your truck?
It's been hit, and we're waiting to see if I can't find a bed for it. A short bed. It's drivable.
Yeah, but it's not legal because you got a busted taillight. You got your driver's license insurance on you?
I've driven it up here ever since it's been like this.
How long ago has it been like that?
Probably about 6 months.
Oh, okay. Well, you've had plenty of time to get it fixed.
I've driven it up here a lot.
Okay. Well,
I drive it to Kingfisher, I drive it to Guthrie, I stay off the interstate.
live here in town?
No, my name's Hamill. I live out on Highway 74.
Hamill, huh?
Yeah, Hamill.
Gotcha. Related to Hank?
I'm his mother.
Oh, okay. Get your
There's that.
insurance.
Did you see if I own the vehicle? Because it's on.
All right. Appreciate it.
I feel like this is a good time to insert a try that in a small town quip, but I don't have anything good. But yeah, so real quick, as the officer noted, she had a busted taillight, which was the reason for the stop. If you have a busted taillight, then you can be issued a traffic citation for that. It's a reason for a stop. It's a pretext to a stop a lot of times. So right now the stop is good. And you know, let's just see where Granny gets testy.
Yeah, busted taillight seems to be a pattern with the Hamills.
Well, y'all had a headlight out on one of your cop cars the other night.
We did?
Yeah, but I just don't tell you.
We should have.
Yeah, I guess I should.
All right.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
Sit tight for me. All right, Miss Hamill. Since you informed me that you've had that for 6 months.
Oh, yeah, and we're just looking for a bed because we can't find a short bed. I mean, my brother's looking for it.
Can you at least get the light?
I don't know if I can get the they've got lights on them, don't they? They do have lights in them, and they do work.
Well, it's broken.
Yeah, I know it's broken.
So if you hit your brake lights, that white bulb's going to blind somebody at night.
Oh, okay. Well, can I put red tape on it? Will that work?
Yeah, but I don't think red tape's going to help you there. You don't have enough plastic to tape over.
Well, you know, I kind of hate to buy one if I'm going to get the whole bed and it's going to have everything on it.
I got you.
You know, I just don't want to spend the money.
I understand.
And, you know, I don't drive it to Texas. I don't drive it in the city. I go to Guthrie, Kingfisher. I'm going right now to check on cattle.
Okay. Well, I did issue for a defective equipment. It's $80. You have till September 16th to take care of this. Get you to sign there with the Exodus.
So you don't even give a warning for this?
You've been driving around for 6 months like that.
I'm truthful.
Well,
so exactly what she just said, she assumed that by being truthful to the officer, that the officer was going to let her go. Whereas the opposite effect happened, right? If you just didn't say anything and didn't incriminate yourself, he probably would have issued you a warning. So I say it all the time. I'm going to say it again. Quit incriminating yourself. Don't talk to the cops about whatever they stopped you about, whether it's a traffic stop or a murder investigation, right? Just don't. Just give them your license. They ask you questions. Just say, I don't really feel like talking about my day. If you're going to issue me a citation, let's do it. You can be kind. It's fine. You don't have to be a jerk, but also don't incriminate yourself. I mean, she's digging a hole that is about to get electrocuted.
I'm not going to give you a warning for something you've been driving for 6 months. Either way, I'm issuing you a citation. Sign there, please.
Well, I don't want to sign it because I don't want to do $80.
You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All
if
right.
that's all you want to do.
Go ahead and step out of the car.
Why?
I'm I'm going to rewind this real quick. I'm an interrupter, and so I apologize. But I didn't hear him say that signing it is not an admission of guilt, which is where this could have gone differently, right? Typically, they have you sign citations just to acknowledge that you received a citation and that you agree to show up to court on the specified date and time. It's a criminal summons, right? It's technically arrest, but it's an administrative arrest, is how some states refer to it. So essentially, she was stopped, she was cited, she was technically arrested, but he just got a civil summons, or a criminal summons rather, to show up to court. I want to see if he used that operative language that could have prevented a catastrophic situation that's going to be upcoming.
You had to have been up here.
Nope. Either way, I'm issuing you a citation. Sign there, please.
Well, I don't want to sign it because I don't want to do $80.
You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All right.
If that's all you
Go
want
ahead,
to do.
step out of the car.
All right, so I really wish the officer just would have said, hey, this is not an admission of criminal liability or not an admission of guilt. That's a decent argument, especially if that's department policy that they state that. You know, I would be interested to see what the department policy is and how this traffic stop held up by him just jumping from sign this to pay $80 to get out of the car.
Why?
Because you're under arrest. Step out. Step out of the vehicle.
No, I'm not.
Step out.
No.
Step out. I'm giving you a lawful order. Step out.
You be fair with me and I'll be fair with you.
Step out.
No.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
I'm placing you under arrest. Step
You
out.
are full of shit because you're not placing me under no damn arrest.
Step out.
No, I'm not. No, I am
305,
not.
303. Do not take
Oh,
off.
shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
Do you want me
Step
to-
out.
Please, for the love of God, don't turn a traffic citation into a misdemeanor or felony. Just don't. She just made the situation so bad. The cop could have done better, right? He could have made the situation a little bit easier. But come on, Grandma. You know you can't just drive away from the cop when he says I'm placing you under arrest. That's resisting arrest all day long, and this isn't going to end well.
305 dispatch. Got one taken off.
Deputies, occupant is going to be one.
We're going to be pulling into the DEP oil facility. See your heads!
He drew lethal first. This cop's jumping to a lot of conclusions, right? And I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of how he's conducting this traffic stop. I pointed out the issue with the non-admission of guilt, and he goes deadly force right out the gate. I mean, I get it. She ran away, but she's also 97 years old and, went to school with Moses. And so, she's not going far, especially if you can get her out of the car. So just bust the window, pull her out. That's lawful. Shooting her? I don't know about that.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
Get out of the car! 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 Get out of the car!
You better leave me!
Put your hands behind your
Leave
back!
me alone!
Put your hands behind your back!
No!
Now!
I said leave me alone. I mean it. Leave me alone.
Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back! Lay down and put your hands behind your back!
I will stand up.
Now!
I will stand up.
No, you will not! You're gonna get it again!
All right, so I want to direct your attention to Port City Attorney's Exhibit A and B, right? So I'll do a little bit of grappling, okay? I am a big proponent that officers at every department should be allocated money in their budget and their time, for training, to do some sort of combatives training, jujitsu, judo, Krav Maga even. Anything, right? I have a problem because this officer couldn't physically handle a 1,000-year-old woman, right? He went to grab her, she kicked, he pulled her out, he couldn't keep her down to the ground, he couldn't get her arm secured, so he tased her, right? Now there's some risks when you tase people, right? So when someone is as old as the night is long, she might have some pre-existing health conditions. Hitting her with Dr. Watts might not be the best thing for her heart. Now I get it. Okay, listen. All right. Yeah, I'm a lawyer. I'm always going to go for the side that blah, 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 right? Yeah, she was doing the wrong thing. She was resisting arrest. She was running. I think she assaulted the officer, right? But departments, we got to do better, right? You're going to have less use of force complaints or lawsuits, and you're going to have better outcomes with citizens if you're able to manipulate and to control people without having to use some sort of less than lethal force in a baton or OC spray or a taser, like in this situation. He deployed 2 of those things, right? He pulled out the baton and then he pulled out his taser. Actually, and he pulled out his gun, lethal force. He ostensibly was going to use lethal force. He pulled the gun when he stopped the car. So I have a problem with that, right? So let's get some better training here, officers. Now, from the lady's perspective, you dumb. You dumb. You done, you dumb. Okay. So you don't just get to say you're not arresting me, right? It's not Monopoly. I don't get to decide if I'm going to go to jail. I can just skip it, right? That's not how the world works. She's been here since Moses parted the Red Sea, right? She understands that you can't just say I'm not going to get arrested and drive away. She is a little bit loony, but the cop wasn't acting the best either. He wasn't conducting himself in the most professional manner that I would have preferred that he conduct himself in, right? I wish he would have said that this is not admission of guilt. I wish that he would have just pulled her out of the car. And I wish that he wouldn't have pulled his gun when he pulled up at first, right? Hey, I'm armchair quarterbacking it at this point, but those are my issues on both sides of the video. Let's go back to the tape, but we're going to watch the rest of this, see what happens, because there's still 5 minutes left. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe nothing, maybe something.
305 dispatch. Go ahead and start EMS. Taser deployed. 1 female custody.
Why didn't you just sign the damn ticket?
Because I felt like you would be clear with me because I have been in town forever with this thing. I'll go through and get it damn thing for me.
Do you realize you just got yourself in a whole lot more trouble?
What?
For running?
Oh, I didn't run. I told you weren't going to arrest me. I pulled him here thinking that you would not.
Here. Go ahead and roll to your back. Alright, sit on your butt.
I'm trying.
Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm hurt.
What hurts?
Everything.
Alright, I got EMS on the way, just hang tight.
You got a what on the way?
I got an ambulance on the way to check you out.
Ambulance? I don't need an ambulance.
Well, you got tased, so they gotta check you out.
Well, can you just stand me up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hip. Like, oh, don't do the arms that way.
Well, how do you want me to hold you up?
I don't know.
Why don't
Can you get me in front?
How about you just lean up against my leg, alright?
Lean up against your leg.
Yeah. Wait for them to get here. Yeah, if you don't mind. Help me get her up.
Okay.
There we go. Come on over here.
She's terminated.
Yeah, 10-4, she's in custody.
That's clear. I have deputies on their way.
How long has this truck been around here like that?
Sir, you guys go stand over there. All you do is sign the ticket.
305. Would you like any
But
deputies?
don't you realize?
You never told her it wasn't an admission of guilt there, buddy. And this cop is just making me is this who you want representing your department? Somebody that can't even lift a 77-year-old woman off the ground and has to use a taser on her because he can't control, a 4'5" woman's feet. This is just not a good showing by this department. I don't know what department it is, but not a big fan, right? I don't know that the lady's going to have some sort of a lawsuit because, the fact that she was running and assaulting an officer is probably going to offset that. But I would say that he used a little bit more force than he needed to. It probably exceeded what was warranted in that situation.
Listen to me a minute. Do you
Hold on. 305, can you 10-9 that?
realize something? Nobody wants to
Would you like any deputies to still continue that way?
Deputy.
Negative, deputies can 1022, probably gonna need EMS out here to check her out. If you can go ahead and get a hold of GNS wrecking.
EMS has been advised.
All right, walk to my car, ma'am.
Can I shut my pickup off?
I'll turn it off for you. Come on.
All right, I think that's about going to do it on the substantive nature of what's left on that. So, something I want to point out. This is Oklahoma. It's probably a small town. That's an assumption that I'm making. Mainly because he knew of one of her family members, right? And he made the comment that driving around with busted taillights is a problem that your family has. So, if I was an attorney for her, I would argue that she was targeted because of who she is and her family, and that he wrote her a ticket where he normally probably would have issued a warning, right? I would also point out that he did not inform her that it was not an admission of guilt when she was signing the ticket, and that it was just a summons saying that she would have to appear. She wasn't properly instructed on what she was doing. She couldn't have made a knowing decision to sign that if she didn't know what she was signing. Lastly, she might have a couple screws loose because she is, 45 years from the last century is when she was born. And so she probably has some sort of diminished capacity. Now, on the flip side, if I am a attorney for the officer and the department, I would say, hey, it is clear that you cannot drive around with a busted taillight, that if you are issued a citation, you have to sign it or you go to jail, and you cannot resist arrest and assault an officer and just get away with it, right? I got issues with both sides. Not a perfect scenario, but the world is imperfect, right? So let's just all deep breath. Kumbaya, let us all be friends. All right, so if you are the person getting stopped, just don't open your mouth, right? Give them your license. Don't tell them where you've been. Don't tell them where you're going. Just say, I'd prefer not to talk about my day, and let them issue a citation. You don't argue on the side of the road. You argue in the courthouse right here, right? Argue at the courthouse, okay? That'll keep you out of trouble. Well, not out of trouble, but it'll keep you from getting into more trouble like this woman did, turning a citation, which is just an ordinance violation probably, to probably a felony. So that's all. What do y'all think? Do you think that the woman was completely out of line, or was she a little bit justified? And what do you think about the officer? Do you think that he did everything that he could have done to ensure that that traffic stop went the right way? Or do you think that he came into it a little bit guns hot and probably could have handled it better? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you next time.
Big verdict.